You get some good footage?
Yep.
Did you see anything a couple months ago when they were doing the drill?
Yep, I sure did.
Have you heard about it?
No.
Are you a news reporter?
I'm a photographer.
You're a photographer?
Yep.
You might want to check that out. It's yeah, at least check it out on YouTube. It was on the NATO's YouTube channel. It wasn't made by some conspiracy theorist, so it's official. It happened in, you're a Tampa citizen, right?
I live close by.
Does anything like that kind of make you question why it's happening, why they would have troops from 95 countries come into this? I mean, we obviously have a lot of law enforcement officers here. They're well armed, well prepared with weapons that can maim, hurt, kill, etc. Why would we need to have like maybe troops from other countries come into Tampa?
Why are you asking me?
Well, because you're a news reporter. You might be a photographer, but you are affiliated with the news. So I'm giving you some information. You might want to look it up.
Sure.
I mean, even if you're not even a news reporter, you're a citizen of Tampa.
Yeah, I'd be happy to look at it.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate it, man.
Okay.
I'm Alex, by the way. Well, I'm not here to raise awareness that this is bigger than the Ron Paul movement. This is bigger than Occupy. You know, you see the heavy police presence around me, and there's a lot of information on the internet about supposed threats and why they have to build up their forces. You know, it's kind of funny because 3 months ago they trained troops from over 95 countries to invade Tampa. You can watch this on YouTube. It comes from NATO's own news channel. And so I and others find it to be just a little bit disturbing because we're American citizens. This is the United States. And we don't feel that foreign troops should be training in the United States for law enforcement or other purposes. There are other stories on the web as well that show there's an increase in this type of activity. And I have come down here somewhere that's come to a lot of protests over the years to talk to the police about these issues because I think that a day is going to come in this country where they're going to be ordered from on high to do things that are unconstitutional. This is why the only organization exists, which is police, military, former military, that refuse to go along with unconstitutional orders. And there's a lot of information about this group. They're concerned as well about this increase in foreign troops that don't have an oath to the U.S. Constitution or Bill of Rights. So there's a pattern here. There's a pattern here in training foreign forces from other countries, hardened troops from war-torn zones in the United States, and this could be disastrous in the years to come.
What is your message to the Republicans here?
Wow, well there is blood on their hands, and there's blood on the hands of the Democrats as well, not Obama supporter. You know, you just can't kill millions of people and expect no consequence to come from that. And that's not a threat, that's called karma. We can't be living in a world where people are dying endlessly over all of these lies. And we all have different views on 9/11, but there is more than 9/11 than what's been told by our officials. And so there is a lot of darkness that comes with killing people, and you know, those dark spirits are brought back to this nation. So we got to clean up our dirt, clean up our karma, clean up our mess, you know, and heal these wounds. There's a lot of soldiers out there that are hurting right now. All-time record suicides. They even just came out with a nasal spray, so it will allegedly help them and help them fight off an urge to kill themselves. We can't have that. We need to have a strong military, but we just can't have it outsourced and always foreign bases. So Obama is just as responsible as the Republicans, so I hope the Occupy movement has a big presence of the DNC as well as the RNC. This is a one-party state.
Are you a Ron Paul supporter?
I am a Ron Paul supporter.
What do you think? What do you think that Ron Paul?
But Ron Paul does not exactly encompass all the ideas that I represent. I think he is the closest. If we do believe the lesser of all the evils, Ron Paul would be it. And so there are certain issues that strike a chord with me. It's ending the Federal Reserve and replacing it with a currency that's based on something tangible, something real. It may not be gold, but I think we really need to be looking at local currencies and local governments. And I think that's the solution that a lot of Ron Paul supporters should be looking in the direction of. Local governments, local politics, local currencies. This political process is not working, but we have to find another way other than a violent revolution. Those are only two options that people are attracted. The imagination is vast. Look at the artwork, look at the music, look at all the stuff. We have more options than violent revolution and playing a part in the political process, which has been rigged a very long time ago. This is just a game, and this is just a sideshow. Ron Paul brings the people together that have an anti-war sentiment, that want to bring the troops back home. He's for the legalization of marijuana, which has locked up a lot of nonviolent so-called drug offenders in the United States. There's a lot of liberty-minded issues, you know, that has brought a lot of grassroots people together.
What do you foresee inside with Ron Paul supporters? When the announcement about Macomb, what do you see happening inside?
Disappointment. I don't see disturbance, I see disappointment, and I see some people potentially losing faith in the political process, and I can't help wonder if that's by design. So I feel sorry for a lot of them that put up a lot of their money to come down here, those that believe that this election is genuine, you know, that if we just got enough delegates that we would be able to have some sort of an influence. It seems to me that through the increased law enforcement that's here and through the documented use of agent provocateurs, that is police dressing up like protesters, it's been well documented on YouTube. It seems to me that there are certain forces of darkness at play here that want to have a war, that want to have a riot. I mean, it's kind of boring to stand around and do nothing. You want to have an enemy to fight. I mean, that's how wars are conducted. So I feel that we're going to be successful at peacefully speaking the truth, because the truth is our weapon, not a baton, not a gun, not a piece of mace. Truth is on our side, words are on our side, the spoken oral tradition is powerful. That's why the First Amendment is under attack. So I don't see any violence coming in the RNC. I don't see any Ron Paul supporters causing a disturbance, but I see a lot of disappointed people going home, and I hope that they learn something from this. Learn something about how, again, their election has been taken from them, and the government is trying to provoke them into a violent revolution. I'm doing everything in my power to tell people there's another option than going that route. There's a lot of people that are ready to go that route, and they need to be told, we need to plant seeds.
What's your name, sir?
Alex Ansary. YouTube.com/Alex Ansary, ANSARY.